Miami Dolphins are bringing in more and more candidates. Let's talk about them. What is up, Finn fans? So yes, the Miami Dolphins have requested to talk to, I already talked about Brian Daboll in the other video. Now there's an additional 5 that they have requested to talk to. So we're going to talk about those 5. But first, I want to talk about the playoffs. I know it hurts. We didn't make the playoffs, but I'm going to be picking the games. Just because the pick'ems is done doesn't mean I'm going to pick the games for the playoffs, which start tomorrow. Tomorrow is the start of the playoffs with Saturday. So real quick, I'm just going to run down how many games are being played tomorrow. 6 games are played this weekend, and then 5 this weekend, 1 on Monday. I'm going to run down them real quick, give you guys my thoughts on who's going to win what game, and then we will talk about the head coach and all that stuff, because you guys have been asking me a lot of who I thought, this, and that. So it's kind of a comment of the day as well. So real quick, we're going to start with the Saturday game. First game, Raiders taking on the Bengals. I'm picking the Bengals in this one. I like the Bengals a little bit better. I think their offense, they're high-powered, very, throwing it down the field, good running game offense. I think that's not a match that the Raiders won't be able to match with. So I'm going with the Bengals in this one, but don't be surprised. Raiders front is very good, and if they can get after Joe Burrow and make him uncomfortable, they might pull off this win. But I'm going with the Bengals in that one. Then we have Saturday night. Patriots heading to Buffalo, part 2, taking on the Bills. Hopefully it's not raining or snowing, and then the Bills have to stop the run, because that's all the Patriots did, and the Bills couldn't stop a most predictable offense ever in the history of the NFL. I'm going with the Bills in this one. I don't think Mac Jones is all that crazy. I don't think Mac Jones is anything that will put fear into anyone's hearts. He is a game manager. He's a good game manager, but he's a game manager who relies on the run game, relies on his receivers to get open, and relies on the defense. And we saw what happened last time the Bills and the Patriots played. Bills got in Mac Jones' head, and they won that game. I'm going with the Bills in this one. Then we have Sunday, Eagles taking on the Bucs. I don't think the Eagles really can keep up with the Buccaneers when it comes to their offense and their defense. Jalen Hurts is doing really well, but I'm going with the Buccaneers in that one. Then we have the 49ers taking on the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys have the better defense, and I think their offense is starting to click. 49ers got a great run game, and their defense is doing pretty well, but it's in Dallas, so I'm going with the Cowboys in that one. Steelers, 9-7-1 Steelers. The fans were probably clenching their butt cheeks on that night game. If the Chargers didn't call a timeout, they'd both be in the playoffs. But the Chargers got greedy, and they're dumb. So Steelers taking on the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs in this one. Chiefs are home, completely different world at home, and I don't think the Steelers can match the offense of the Chiefs. I don't think if it comes to a shootout that the Steelers can match it, so I'm going with the Chiefs. And the final game Monday night is the Cardinals taking on the Rams. I'm going with the Rams. I think them being home, they came back, won the division. Cardinals, doing well, but I'm going with the Rams in this one. They were hot, Cardinals, for a while. Last undefeated team fell on their face, going with the Rams. So again, Bengals, Bills, Bucks, Cowboys, Chiefs, Rams are my picks for this weekend. So now let's jump into the head coach interviews that the Dolphins have requested. We're going to start with Mike McDaniel, the San Francisco 49ers offensive coordinator. I'm hearing very good things about him. I'm hearing he's very smart. If you go watch some of his interviews and the way he breaks down things and all that stuff, very, very smart man. He has his offense this year, because this is his first year being the San Francisco 49ers offensive coordinator, 13th in points for, 7th in yards, 12th passing offense, and 7th rushing offense. So it's not a bad offense. I'm going to go through them all, and then I'll tell you how I feel and tell you who my top candidates are and all that stuff. So that's Mike McDaniels. Then we have Kellen Moore. The Miami Dolphins have requested to talk to Kellen Moore and Vance Joseph. I'll talk about Kellen Moore first. He was the last lefty quarterback until Tua Tagovailoa. Very interesting, especially if, the Dolphins want to keep Tua, bringing in Kellen Moore as the head coach who understands what Tua is going through, being a lefty quarterback. Very interesting. He's the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys from 2019 till present day. In 2019, he had the offense 6th for points for, first in yards, second in pass, fifth in rush. 2020, 21st in points for. Not great. 2020 was a down year. I think that's the year that Dak Prescott hurt. 14th in yards, 19th in pass, 17th in rush. But this year, he has them first in points, first in yards, second in pass, ninth in rush. So he's a pretty good offense coordinator. So I find that to be very interesting. Then we have Vance Joseph. We should know who Vance Joseph is. He was the Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator in 2016, last time the Dolphins went to the playoffs. He was the head coach of the Denver Broncos from 2017 to 2018. Had 11-21 record. And right now he is the defense coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals, 2019 till now. And then we have Dan Quinn, another guy that the Dolphins requested to talk to. Head coach of the Falcons from 2015 to 2020. He has a 43-37 record. That ain't bad. 2 playoff appearances, and he got to the Super Bowl. We all know what happened in that Super Bowl, 28-3. We all know. And right now he is the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys, 7th in points for, 19th in yards, 20th pass defense, and 16th rush defense. So that is Dan Quinn. And then finally, they requested to talk to Leslie Frazier, who they already requested to talk to Brian Daboll. Leslie Frazier, I think, is going to be Sunday after they play the Bills on Saturday. Minnesota Vikings head coach from 2011 to 2013. He has an 18-29 record as a head coach. He's the Bills defensive coordinator from 2017 to now. In 2019 and this year, he had a very, very good defense with the Bills. Other than that, it's all right. The Bills' defense was okay. So that is the interviews that the Dolphins have lined up. Mike McDaniels, Kellen Moore, Vance Joseph, Dan Quinn, and Leslie Frazier. They also have Brian Daboll as well. Now, when it comes to top candidates that I would like to see the Dolphins go after, because a lot of you guys ask me, who would I like to see go after and all that stuff. It's Jim Caldwell, Doug Peterson, and Jim Harbaugh. That is head coaches, right? So these are the top candidates in my mind that have already head coached. Caldwell, Doug Peterson, Jim Harbaugh. Top candidates that are first-time head coaches, which I would prefer guys who already did it, but these candidates who are first-time head coaches, Eric Bieniemy, Brian Daboll, and maybe Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is really intriguing to me, especially the way he has the Cowboys offense going. Like I said, 2019, he had a top 5 offense. This year, he has a top 5 offense. Last year, Dak Prescott was injured. He lost it. So if you're asking me first-time head coaches, which I would prefer not to go in that route again, I would like to bring in a vet that has already done it, won it, and gotten to the big game. I got 3 names on there that have done it and already gotten to the big game. I would put, Caldwell, Doug Peterson, Jim Harbaugh, even Dan Quinn. I wouldn't be upset with bringing Dan Quinn in. I'd write his name down here, right? Dan Quinn doesn't upset me. So Caldwell, Doug Peterson, Jim Harbaugh, and Dan Quinn. All 4 of those head coaches that I've told you have had experience, have gone to a Super Bowl, either won it or lost it to the other 3, and have good records, right? And then first-timers, Eric Bieniemy, Brian Daboll, and Kellen Moore. So let me know what you guys think of. Well, first off, what's your picks for this weekend's playoff games? And let me know, is there someone, I'm hearing good things about Mike McDaniel, but I just don't want Mike McDaniel's record or his I guess you could say his resume of coaching isn't long. And I'm not beat to go through that. I'd prefer to have vets. And again, if you heard me say it, I'll say it one more last time. If I'm going with a first-timer, I named 2 guys that have been around. So they might not have been head coaches yet, but they've been around. And they have experience in being an offensive coordinator, because it's Bieniemy and Daboll. Kellen Moore, he just intrigues me. He's only been an OC for, 3 years, but he's been around and he's a player. But yeah, I want a head coach that has experience, has a good record, and has been to the Super Bowl. because he knows how to get there. He knows what it takes to get there. So that's what I'm looking for. But yeah, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And you know what? I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. And this comment comes from James Gill II. And he says, comment of the day, our O-line does need work. Do you believe that we have good linemen that need coaching, better linemen, or a combo? First off, I just want to say, this came from the Tua Tagovailoa evaluation video. I just want to say a majority of the people who've commented on that video have been super respectful. And I was expecting majority of that, but I was also expecting a lot of like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're dumb. But a lot of people were saying, you know, I disagree. I respect what you're saying, but I disagree, and here's why. I was like, yeah, man, tell me. Let's go. Let's have a conversation. So first off, I just want to say, I put a lot of time in that 40-minute video, and you guys actually absolutely killed it in the comment section. I want to thank you guys for that. It was awesome talking to as many of you guys as I have. But to James' comment, do I believe that we have good linemen that need coaching, or better linemen, or a combo of both? It's a combo. This is kind of like giving spoilers to videos I have planned. But like Jesse Davis, he's just garbage. I don't think Dieter is a top-notch center that can really help us. So a lot of times he was getting blown back, and it was hard for Tua to step up in the pocket because Dieter was getting pushed back into him. I think Austin Jackson needs more coaching, but I also don't think he's a starter right now. I think Liam Eichenberg is a better offensive lineman, and I think Robert Hunt is our best offensive lineman right now. But I think that Robert Hunt, Solomon Kinley, and Liam Eichenberg, they get some good coaching. I think they'll be really good. I don't know why I gave you a thumbs up. I was trying to like point up like they'll be really good, but it looked like I was just like, but a lot of what it takes for these guys to learn is to learn from experience and from having good guys around them. So again, this is impeding on some of my videos, but I'm going after a veteran safety and a veteran tackle. I want my young guys to have a guy on the left and the right of them that can help them, point them in the right direction. They mess up on something in the huddle. Listen, man, you need to tell me, or listen, I'm going to push him to you. You need to understand that I'm pushing him to you and not leave your position, yada, yada. They need to have that conversation because you had 4 guys on that line, back to back to back to back, young and experienced. So instead of understanding Jesse Davis or Dieter's going to be pushing off whoever to Austin Jackson would leave his block and help Liam Eichenberg. Dieter will push him off. There's no one there, instant pressure. So they need some type of veteran leadership in that offensive line. But I hope I answered your question. Got a lot of videos planned. I say this all the time, but I got a lot of videos planned. Next video, we're going to be talking about the opponents that the Miami Dolphins will be playing in 2022. I think that video might be coming out Monday. I think I'll put that one out. And then we got the Big O show. And then I have free agent videos, more talking about the coaching hirings, if more names pop up. I'm hoping that they talk to Caldwell and Doug Peterson and Jim Harbaugh. I know Stephen Ross came out and said, I'm not touching Jim Harbaugh, blah, blah, blah. We all know if Jim Harbaugh calls up Stephen Ross and says, actually, you know what? Because it seems like Jim Harbaugh is kind of using this as trying to get more money out of Michigan in a new contract. But you know for a fact that Jim Harbaugh's like, actually, you know what? I want to come to the NFL. Stephen Ross is like, get the jet ready. So, yeah, but other than that, guys, I'll see you Monday. Unless news breaks. News breaks, then I'll see you as soon as news breaks. But like usual, guys, stay classy. Have fins up.